Malki, welcome to the Let It Rip Season 2. Don't Blink Podcast, the best podcast on the planet.
Sir. Yeah, yo.
Jaden, how we looking, Jaden?
We rocking?
We rolling.
We rolling?
All three.
Sporting touch of hands. Round number one. There's that fast start. And that is the fastest knockout in bare knuckle fighting championship.
Hey, mama, no born in the Bronx, raised in Dade. Been in the city since Pit had braids. Bahapanti parties, plata know how to sneak me out. Now it's 7-figure meetings every day. We lead a house. It's game time. The game's mine. You know the vibe. Yo, viaja el mundo entero, reppin' 305.
Welcome everybody to another episode of Don't Blink Podcast. You know I got two nights in the building.
Yes.
Good to see you again, brother.
Yeah, hell yeah. We back, baby.
We back. This is my first podcast back since the fight, and I'm so glad to have my brother right here, Malki Kawa. For those people that don't know, which is very few, but Malki is the CEO of First Round Management, the man, the myth, the legend behind a lot of fighters, a lot of NFL players, a lot of big people in the game, period. Malki, so glad to have you here, my brother. Thank you.
I appreciate you having me on, bro. You look good.
Thank you.
You look good.
I got the Wolverine skin. It comes back good. My face is puffy because I eat too much, though, dog.
Yeah, he's been letting it rip.
You and me both.
I didn't gain about 30, 40 pounds in the fight. Oh, yeah, first, and I wrote this down. I didn't need to, but I wrote it down just to remind myself. I want to, first of all, thank you for everything you've done for me in my career and everything leading up to the day, man. Thank you so much. Had an amazing moment a couple weeks ago, thanks to you. So thank you, my brother, for real.
Yes, sir.
Oh, bro, you deserve it, dude.
Thank you.
I mean, you're one of those guys that's like, it's a great story. You know what I mean? And I think people respect that, you know what I mean? You're a guy that, it's funny, you sent me that picture the other day. Tiago came by the office. And, you know, I was telling him about the rematch and all that stuff. And, you know, he's down for it. He's told me that you invited him to the podcast. Yeah. So I think he's coming on like the next time he can, you know?
That'd be awesome.
And you know, I was telling him, I said, dog, you have my boy looking like a Cabbage Patch Kid. What the fuck? We're talking shit. You know what I mean? 'Cause the funny thing about being a manager, right, is that like, you can't show favoritism to one guy or the other. So I represent him too.
Right.
So when I'm with him, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you fucked him up. And then when I'm with you, I'm like, yo, bro, don't worry about it. It's all good. We'll get it back. You know what I mean? It's hard. But what's funny is that you sent me a picture of where you were at in 2005.
Right.
And where he was at in 2005. And he was in the UFC fighting in 2005. And I think people don't understand that you're not supposed to really be doing what you're doing. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Guys don't start at 40 years old to fight. The days of Randy Couture doing shit and all that stuff, that's over. There's never going to be another 40-year-old that wakes up one day and decides he's going to go fight and be successful. That stuff doesn't really happen like that, right? And the fact that you did it and you got to the highest pinnacle of your sport, which, by the way, I mean, at your weight class and the whole nine, it's like, you know, the division and all that stuff. You know, super proud of you, bro.
Thank
You
you
can't take anything away from you. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
That's kind of like the thing I want to make sure you understood. That picture's powerful, and if you guys have a way to put that up on the podcast, someone should put that up and kind of show it, because it you know, listen, it's not like I'm not making an excuse for you. It's the truth. You know, you were in those Dade County Blues. I don't know where you were at, but I just call them Dade County Blues. You know what I'm saying?
Well, those are the Florida State Blues. I was in prison. The picture, by the way, of everybody watching is a picture of Thiago Alves and his first UFC fight, which is November something of 2005. And then a picture of me in my Florida Prison State Blues in 2005. And I wrote to Malki, I said, this is not a knock on him or anything. I'm not trying to be funny. It's just, you know, he stayed on his path. He's been on his path. He's a legend. He's amazing. You know what I mean? I got to where I'm at today, fucking bumps and bruises on the road. You know what I mean? But we made it, bro. And it was amazing to be in the same fucking ring with him and fighting him and everything. It was amazing, man.
It was intense too, bro. That shit was.
He's got nothing but good things to say about you. He was like, bro, it was an honor to share the ring with him, and it was, you know, it was an awesome night. You know what I mean? And I thought you guys had one of the best fights I've ever seen in any sport.
Absolutely. Tiago, get ready for number 2, baby. Shit. My brother, Don't Blink Podcast, man. This is you know, we're talking about us, but this is about you, man. I want you to let the people know how you started it. You've always, to me, you're one of these people, I like to call you like a Midas, where every touch is gold, but because you put a lot of effort behind what you do, you were successful in the real estate business and mortgages and stuff. Then you step to the sports management, and you're the most successful.
Killing it.
Let people know. Let people know from the beginning, man, how everything started. Like as a kid, how you came up to where you're at today.
Oh man,
You was born here. You was born in Miami.
I might start crying. This is a long story, bro.
Shit, let it rip. This is what it's all about.
I don't know if you
hey, y'all watching? Don't blink.
I don't know if Mercury's in retrograde or whatever. But by the way, how wild are the times that we're in right now, right? Where like everything's based on some sort of like sorcery or some bullshit. You know what I mean, dude? The universe is aligning. I'm like, bro, shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? But no, bro. I mean, listen.
Wait, you're in Aries, right?
Yeah. I'm an Aries, bullheaded, aggressive, sensitive, all that bullshit. Nah, but bro, I mean, my mom and dad are from Jordan. Let me start there, right? So we're Middle Eastern. My parents came here, first generation Jordanians. I don't know if I said that right. They're the first Americans in my family. Like basically, they came from. They're first, I'm a first generation. Like I'm
American
the first
Jordanian.
I'm the very first American citizen in my family.
Right.
Amongst all of my whole family, even my dad, he got his papers a month after I was born.
Oh shit!
So they came here, you know what I mean, to get away from all the stuff that's going on in the Middle East. We're from a country called Jordan, which for a lot of people, if they don't know, like where Israel's at, Palestine is basically a part of like Jordan and Israel.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like, Israel's here. Jordan kind of connects with it. The Dead Sea.
And that's crazy because there's always that war right there in Palestine.
Yeah, and so Palestine is like, you know what I mean? Like the middle part or a part of, either one or the other one. And so growing up, my mom and dad were very Arab. So, it was, hey, Habibi, get up. It's time to go to school. And, stuff like that. It wasn't like, hey, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? It wasn't. So I a lot of shit for me was backwards. What American kids and what you got to do, let's say growing up, they didn't let me do it. So I had to stay in the house. You know what I mean? Everything was about praying, going to school, trying to, get past stuff. I was the oldest of 6 kids. And we lived a pretty good life until I was about 11 years old. When I was 11, my mom had a real bad nervous breakdown. I find out she's got, she's schizophrenic, bipolar, manic depressive. So my whole life after that kind of completely changed, right? So I can tell you guys stories and we could be here forever, but it's like a lot of shit, with my mom. So, they tell you that your relationships, how good they are, how bad they are, is based on, your relationship with your mom. So me and my mom were super tight. I'm the oldest, the first nephew pretty much for, all my aunts and uncles. I was the spoiled one, you know what I mean? But I was always that guy that my dad made sure that, like, I was on point. So I wanted to be a gang member so bad, bro. Yo, you laugh, bro, but you know what I mean? I tell stories. I try to remind Level and shit like that, like, they used to come to my house to learn how to wrestle. I met them at the gym one day, and he's like, no, that's not true. I'm like, yes, it was. Like, I remember I was 15, 16, and I was dying for somebody to walk me into some fucking gang. I ain't gonna lie to you. But my dad would, always constantly whoop my... So I was like that...
Hey, you go to Malki's office, and he grab you and try to body slam you.
No, listen, but what's funny is that, like, my dad was like, bro... You know what I mean? What's wrong with you? Why do you want to do all this shit for? And I was like, bro, I love to fight. You know what I mean? So it's almost made no, how do I say it? Like, it makes a lot of sense that I'm in the fight game, but I didn't mean to be in the fight game.
Yeah. So
I was that weird type of gangster. I used to get into fights all the time, but I had like straight A's and like, you know what I mean? The right, you know what I mean? So the life wasn't for me, but I thought it was. My dad was on my ass. So I grew up real fast. You know what I mean? My mom was sick, so really nobody was at home doing anything. My mom was screaming at the walls. There's a lot of the crazy stories. I was in a wrestling match, my high school year. And my coaches would tell you the story. I was about to go on the mat. The cops show up. My mom went to school. She told them that, I got kidnapped. So right before like a match, and then I lost that motherfucker, bro. You know what I'm saying? So there's so much shit that like I lost out on as a kid, especially like during those important years as a, you know what I mean, as a teenager and shit. You know what I mean? I didn't get that.
The formative years where you're like...
And my dad worked his ass off. So I didn't really get a lot... So I had to kind of be the mom and dad of the house, and my sisters had to do stuff, and so I learned how to cook and clean at a young age. Bro, dumb shit sticks out to me from my childhood. Like, I remember one time, bro, because you got to remember too, it's not like we had a lot of money, but there's a lot of kids. So between me, my brothers and sisters, my mom and dad, there's 8 people in the house. You know what I mean? So we lived in a 3-bedroom house in South Miami. It wasn't like I lived in the hood or, you know what I mean? It was bad, but there was times when it got bad. There was times when the lights went out, you know what I mean? But the biggest thing for me was watching my mom get Baker acted. Probably about 10 times throughout, like from 11 to about 18 when I cleared the house, you know what I mean? So in those years, the cops come and they pick up your mom and they're slamming her on a damn bed. And you know what I mean? It's like fucked up shit, But I lived with it, and I'll never forget, bro. Like, one of the stories that really stuck out to me was one time my dad took us to the supermarket. Might have been 12, 13 years old. And he took us all, and he was like, "Oh, you guys pick whatever cereal you guys want." So everybody, if you want Cookies Crisps, today's the day. You want,
Rice Krispies,
Cheerios, whatever the fuck, right? Today's the day. Go pick it out. And so, bro, we're going through the thing, bro. The shredded wheat was my frosted shredded wheat, bro. That was my thing. So let me get that. Let me get the big box. Get a gallon of the red milk with the red top, not on this whole milk bullshit. So my dad bought 2 gallons of milk. He bought 6 boxes of cereal. So us, all my little brothers and sisters, 6 of us, all got that. And buddy, my mom had these weird episodes and stuff, So we come in the house. My dad had just spent $800 in food. And this was, bro, you're talking about 91, 92, right? So we come into the crib and I went to sleep early that night, bro. You guys don't understand how much like cereal was such a big part of our life, right? So when you're
looking forward to it,
you know what I'm saying? When you're going through like what we went through, my mom would throw out all the food, she'd throw out all the medicine. So you know how like most Cuban grandmothers, they have like medicine in their chest, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but my mom had the whole medicine cabinet in her chest. Yeah. So when she walked, I hear the pills are moving around and shit. My mom was, like I said, she's schizophrenic, so the voices in her head were telling her everything was poisoned. So, buddy, I go to sleep that night. My dad didn't have to tell me shit. 9:30. We had a curfew 9:30 at night. What type of gangster I was gonna be? You know what I'm saying? 9:30 at night, I had to be in bed. Buddy, I went to sleep like a baby. I woke up at 6 a.m. I was the first one up that day.
Ready for the frosted flakes.
Ready for the.
I go into this fucking kitchen. I find the cereal. I pop that bitch open. Fucking put it in the bowl. I'm talking about to the top. Mom sleep, dad sleep. Everybody sleep. It's just me. Boom, put it to the top. I couldn't wait, bro. I had my uniform put out. I was, you know what I'm saying? Everything was ready to rock and roll.
Yeah.
I go inside the fridge, bro, looking for that milk. And that motherfucker.
Oh, the milk was gone.
She poured it down the drain.
Oh,
shit. So
man.
my life is, so that story kind of gives you a lot of like what my life was growing up, right?
You're the peanut butter, no jelly.
No, the sad thing is, it was like,
Damn.
I'm going to get a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and there'd be no peanut butter or jelly.
Right.
Either one of them. It'd just be two pieces of bread. You know what I mean? And my mom did that, bro. My mom's the greatest cook I've ever seen. But she, that might have been me. But like, it would be like that. There'd be days we'd get there and she'd be like, Mom, what'd you make? She's like, oh, whatever, go check. I go look, it just be like rice, no beans, no meat, no nothing,
Yeah.
And bro, you know what I mean? So it's like a lot of people, they always thought like I grew up with all this like, money and shit like that, and I really didn't. It was always a struggle, and it was like maybe not necessarily always financial. My dad didn't always have it either. Sometimes we were up, sometimes we were down, like a lot of us are,
Yeah.
And that was kind of like when my life was growing up. And just to give you the long story short, that was kind of it, right? Like where every time I thought I was on the up and up, something came down and crashed it down. I was in the state championship. I was, favored to at least take second. I had just won the regionals against the guy who did take second. And right before I got to go wrestle a guy that I could beat 10 times out of 10. You know what I mean? The cops come. You know what I mean? It's just like dumb shit like that was my whole thing. Yeah. So then I making money was always something that I knew what I was gonna do and I had to do. So from a young age, I went to work. Work has always been my escape.
Right.
You know what I mean? My escape. So I don't really fuck with a lot of shit. I don't do drugs. I don't drink alcohol. I work. I work and I eat. I can't really.
And you enjoy where you work.
I enjoy. You know what I enjoy? I'm gonna tell you what I really enjoy. So it's guys like you, honestly. So what makes my job really a lot of fun. You know what I mean? It's guys like Masvidal. You know what I mean? Make my job a lot of fun. You guys are the type of guys that like when I look at it, like when someday somebody buries me, right? I want somebody's kids or somebody like to be able to walk up and say, you know what, that guy did a lot for my family. Yeah, that's the shit that I enjoy. You get what I'm saying? Making money, bro. I make, whether I did this or something else, I was always gonna make money. I'm too smart not to. I got too much physical ability, brains to not. You know what I mean? And so that was it. And so it's funny how like your life growing up will start to shape you into who you're gonna be. And so from a young age, bro, I just learned how to survive. My dad couldn't be there to cook for us and clean and all that. And so, there's another one, but I'll leave that story for another.
For the next podcast.
No, bro, like I brought a chick home one time.
All right, no, say it. Fuck it, we ain't gonna save it. We ain't gonna save it. Say it.
So growing up in a Middle Eastern family, if you're a female, you already know pops ain't playing with that whole boyfriend shit. And if you're a dude, pops ain't playing with you having no girlfriend either, because if he lets you have a girlfriend, he's gotta let sisters have a boyfriend, right? And that shit was not gonna happen. So it was always like, yo, if you're gonna have a girl, take her, somewhere else. Right. You don't have a girlfriend, right?
Yeah. Don't let nobody know here.
You don't have a girlfriend, right? Okay. So it's like, it was kind of like, we knew what was up, but that was it. So I bring this chick home, right? And I'm like taking her home to meet my mom real quick. And I left the house, and the house was perfect. And my mom had an episode when I was gone, bro. And I have a little sister at the time who was 5 years old, and her friends came over. And my other little sister was there, my little brother. And buddy, they ransacked the house. And my mom just sat there and let them. I left the house, the wall was as white as that wall there. And when I came back, she had written in Arabic across the whole wall from top to bottom, side to side.
Holy shit.
And so when I walk in, I'm fucking stunned. And the chick goes, everything all right here? The icing on the cake, though, I'm like, damn, what you guys do here, And mom comes up and she's like, hey, what's up? And this and that. Oh, mom, hey, look, so-and-so. And she looks, she goes, oh, hey, so-and-so, it's nice to meet you. And she looks and she goes, wait a minute. You're the whore that's been sleeping with my husband. We were 15 years old.
Oh, my God. That's crazy.
I don't think you guys understand. I didn't have a lot of people come over the house. Birthdays. Oh, it was your birthday yesterday? Why didn't you tell anybody? Nah, bro. I don't know shit. You know what I mean? Like, it was just weird because, like, you know what I mean? Everybody can make such a big deal about something. Right. And, like, I couldn't. 'Cause, you know what I mean? If my birthday came, I didn't really tell nobody. Right. You know what I mean? Because if it meant coming to my house, that shit wasn't happening. You know what I mean? Right, so I love my mom to death. She's the sweetest lady in the world. And the one thing, though, that she did teach us till this day is you always got to put your life in God and in Christ. You have to. And I think that's the reason why, like, a lot of you guys don't really understand a lot of the work that I do. It's not because I was, you know, just doing it because I wanted to do it. It was all a mistake. And people don't understand that. So as I graduated high school and went to college, I worked, got into real estate, I busted my ass in real estate. And then one day in 2007, when the thing crashed, it was all taken away. And to the point that me and my brother Abraham were fighting. We didn't talk. Me and my dad got into a fight, right? So we didn't talk. And then I find out he's got stomach cancer. Literally like 4 weeks after, you know, we stopped talking, I find that out. So now here I am, got to put my tail between my legs to go see what the fuck's going on with my dad. And I find out it's stage 4. So, you know what I mean? It was a death sentence, so we knew that was going to come. And so 2007 was kind of the worst year of my life. And I didn't know what the hell was going to happen. And then on top of that, me and my kid's mom, we break up. So all the money I had in the house and this and that, that's all gone. You know what I mean? And I don't have anything. So I spend maybe a week living in the car that was being repossessed, and I had to hide that motherfucker because it was getting taken. And eventually they caught me. I mean, I don't know how they did it, but they found me. Yeah, they found me. So they got the car. But I mean, it was funny because even going through all that, I always put on a real good facade so that nobody would know, right? And that was kind of the problem. I don't like anyone to know when, like, I got an issue. I can solve your problems, but you're not going to solve mine. Even if you could, it's just, you know what, just don't worry about me. I'm not going to let you know that you have them, right? I've always been that guy, you know? And, man, I remember going on a date once and all my clothes in the back seat. Chick looks in the back and she's like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on? I'm like, I got to go to the dry cleaner. Bro, I'm talking about, like, the shit's back, you know what I mean? But I had a kid, you know, I had my daughter, and she was a year and a half when all this was going on. And that was kind of like the scariest part. You know, I had to beg people for $5. Back then, chicken nuggets were $2.19. So $5, I fed her twice. If I didn't eat, I didn't eat. I weighed 192 pounds. So, you know, I didn't eat back then. You know what I mean? This, between all that stuff and bro, one day out of nowhere, a buddy of mine's like, yo, let's go to the gym. Let's go train. You know what I mean? Maybe you need to hit the bags, get your mind off of shit. So I went and hit the bags a little bit. It was funny. They took me to the gym for them to quit the next day, and I stayed doing it. And it was but 10 years earlier, when I graduated high school, I went and did jiu-jitsu with Conan Silveira. Right. And Conan's the head coach at American Top Team. Absolutely, yeah. I knew nothing about MMA. I had only known about UFC 1, but that was more in 93 when it first started, 92, 93, right? And I had no idea about American Top Team. I didn't know anything about any of these guys. And so he comes in. I'm like, oh, shit. I go, coach. He's like, hey, what's up? He had his own thing. He went away for a little bit, came back. And we met on 117th and Sunset. You know what I mean? He's the coach there. No idea. I go pull in, boom, go to train. And I'm like, wait, what the fuck? You're my coach from 10 years ago. I was like, yeah, bro. He's like, hey, how you doing? And we just kind of like, you know, what are you doing now? So I'm a sports agent. So in 2005, while I was doing the real estate stuff, I meet Frank Gore. And Frank Gore is like, yo, you should become a sports agent. So I went to go become a sports agent. He goes into the NFL, and I get my license after. But I didn't know anything about what I was doing. I didn't have and then by 2007, I didn't have enough money to really do it anyways. Like, it was over with, right? So, yeah, coach, I'm a sports agent. That's what I do. So, all right, cool. I got a kid for you. So, all right, cool. Come up Tuesday. All right, where do I got to go? Coconut Creek. So, you know, I go look it up. Coconut Creek's an hour north. Yeah. And I'm driving this, you know, repoed QX56, which was the last of the cars that I had, right? And that shit takes gas. And I'm begging for $5 to try to feed my kid. How the fuck am I going to go up there? I mean, again, I'm putting on this facade, right? Yeah. So, you know how, like, when you're coached, like, if all right, for example, right? If your girl came to you right now and said, hey, Uly, if you're going to be a better fighter, you should stand in the mirror and punch it 1,000 times at yourself, 500 each hand, right? You're going to look at her, you're going to pat her on the back and say, babe, I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Go do your hair and nails, right? If your mom and dad told you that, it's the same shit. But if Commander came in there and said, hey, Uly, you want to win? Punch the mirror 1,000 times. You're going to sit there and you're probably going to put an extra 10 punches, right? Absolutely. We always, for whatever reason, when coaches tell us to do something, we do it. Yeah. I was not going to go sign this kid. All right, and this kid happens to be Thiago Alves, the guy he fought last, right? Cool. My very first client in MMA was Thiago Alves, and I pull up after like 3 weeks, and on the third week he tells me, "Hey, Malk, listen, bro, I'm not gonna ask you again. It's disrespectful. I've asked you." I said, "No, coach, I'm sorry. I just been very busy. I don't really have anything going on. This wasn't gonna drive an hour. Just couldn't afford it. Yeah. So I found a way to like manage some money. You know what I mean? I scraped it up. I filled the tank up. I get up there. I go meet the guy. So, oh, you're the guy I've heard a lot about, whatever. He gives me 2 deals. He says, here, if you can beat these deals from what I've gotten, you're my guy. So it went from like 30 grand each deal to like 150 each deal. So I do the math. Fuck, I got myself 60K in commission coming. I didn't even have to say anything. The following week, I've got 45 Brazilians that want to sign with me.
Oh, shit.
Thiago Silva, Marcus Aurelio, Gleason Tibau. These are guys that anybody who knows anything about MMA will know. These are like, guys that all legends in the sport. And I went from having no clients to, in the course of 60 days, having like 45. And then I was in MMA. And that's how I got in. You know what I mean? That's how I started. Right, and I started doing only marketing. So I marketed the hell out of all the guys. And from there, it just, it started to like, really get after it. Fly here to go get John Jones. Go over here, get Carlos Condit. Come here, get Ben Henderson. Next thing, they're all champions. Then this guy's all champions. Then before you knew it, I had multiple champions, multiple number 1 contenders. And, I'm building this stuff up. And, we had our bumps along the way. Shit happens, whatever it is. And then one day I looked back at the football stuff and I said, hey, it's time for me to come back to it. And I promised myself that I was going to build a massive business. But people don't understand that the reason why I haven't gotten into baseball or basketball is not because I can't or because people don't want to do it with me. The reality of it is I don't want to get to the point where I can't come do this with one of my clients. I don't want to get to the point where I can't go to your fight or go check up on you because it's not big enough or it's not, on my radar. So I've been waiting to find the right people to get in there and all that. But what I've been able to do is build a really good business. And from where I was 10 years ago to where I am today is night and day. Even from last year before the pandemic to today, it's night and day. And a lot of people don't understand. I probably work, 18 to 19 hours a day. I sleep probably, less than 6 hours a day, maybe 4 hours sometimes. That's why my bags under my eyes are, what I mean? They're like a staple now.
But they're Louis Vuitton bags under there, right?
It's actually under the table, actually.
You know what I mean? So it's like, it's just, that's how it started. You know what I mean? And I named the company First Round Management. A lot of people don't understand. They think it's because of first round draft picks or first round knockouts. And I really was kind of playing on words because it goes together. When I opened it in 2008, I had already been doing football. And so I knew I was going to do football. Like I was doing football and fighting at the same time. But then I left football for a little bit to go take over fighting. Yeah. And as I did that, I knew I was going to come back to football. I knew I was going to be in basketball one day. I knew I was going to be in baseball. So I named it First Round Management, not because I want to manage first rounders. It was always a reminder to myself to treat everybody as a first rounder. That was the biggest thing. And so that's, I think, one of the things. So when you say, like, yo, the amount of stuff you do and all, it's really because, like, I don't make the most money with you. You know what I mean? I don't.
Yeah, it's true.
But I don't care. You know what I mean? It's like, it's so much fun to see you doing what you're doing. You feel me? And that's why, you know what I mean? Like, I do this job. The guys who make millions and millions of dollars, God bless them. You know what I'm saying? That's what they got to do. That's what it is. But to watch a guy who legitimately has the ability to impact the whole community, all that stuff, that's the stuff I want to be a part of. So I named it First Round Management because I always wanted to remind myself when I walk into the building and there's the sign, or when I, because I like to brand FRM on everything. You know what I mean? So I got a closet full of FRM T-shirts. I've got my walls, my rugs, everything.
I got a rug at the house, by the way.
You know what I'm saying? It's all FRM'd out. And so it's always to remind me, yo, you have a job to do. It ain't done yet. And always make sure you treat somebody, whoever you come in contact with, as a first rounder. And that's basically been my principle. You know what I mean?
Oh. Hey, and I could attest to that because, listen, he'll if he can't answer my phone call, he'll text me right back and tell me, hey, I can't answer right now. I'll call you back. And he calls back every time. Whenever I go see him at the office, he makes time to talk to me. And, again, I'm not the highest guy in his roster. You know what I mean? I'm actually one of the newer guys on the roster. But, never a lack of attention or anything. And going back to what I said earlier, when I say, whatever everything touches gold, I want people to know that I'm glad you said your story because people think it's an overnight success when it's like 10 years in the making. You know what I mean?
Straight up.
The craziest thing about this business, whether it's football, fighting, whatever it is, and I know you probably got the same shit, right? When you did the KO, everybody like, oh shit, Uly did, man. He's always been a gangster. He made it tough as fuck. Blah, blah, blah. Bitch, shut the fuck up. This motherfucker's in the gym 2 times a day, sometimes 3 times a day. Yeah. Working his ass off. You know what I mean? Sacrificing a lot of other shit he could be doing. Things that could be making you way more money.
Right.
Legal or illegal. Right? But this is his dream. This is what he wants to do. And he's out there, So everybody sees Saturday night. Everybody sees fight night. Everybody sees Sunday. They don't see all the other work. They don't know all the behind the scenes shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I think that's kind of the stuff that they do with me too. Like, it was crazy, bro. When John Jones would win, motherfuckers were lined up outside my door. How do I invest? Let me sign with you. Bam, bam, bam.
Yeah.
He'd get a DUI. Fuck you, it's your fault. Boom. And all of a sudden, it was like that. You know what I mean? And it was the wildest thing for me to understand. You know what I mean? And I got used to it, and I started realizing that people are only going to see what they want to see.
Yeah.
It's not their job to know what I do Monday through Thursday. But when they see you go out there on a Friday and knock somebody out in 3 seconds, it doesn't really matter. Like, as long as they're watching, they're tuning in, they're buying your T-shirt, shit like that, all the other stuff, I'm used to it. Oh, you're a fat fuck. Yeah, you know why I'm fat? Because I can go eat whatever the fuck I want now. I don't gotta worry about cereal being thrown away and shit like that no more. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, straight up.
My mom's straight now. You get where I'm coming from? Like, I've been able to do things for a lot of people, not just, myself, but it's like different. You know what I mean? Yeah. Listen, you know what? If I don't do anything else, I'm good. So I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? But it's crazy because if tomorrow you win the championship, all of a sudden, Maggie's going to be the man in Miami again. You know what I mean? If Masvidal wins, it's like, oh, shit, Maggie, you're the guy. And it's like, dude, you guys don't get it. Like, so much work we all do behind the scenes to put on that show for you guys for it to either be up or down. You know what I mean? So it's like, whatever. But,
And absolutely, like you said about the knockout, everybody's like, oh, shit, that knockout. And that was during the pandemic, which I want to get into with you too, but they don't know that. I built a gym in my backyard. I kept working. I never stopped. I kept going. I studied my opponent. And, and by the grace of God, lightning struck on his chin that night with my right hand, But,
bro, you're a movie, bro. That's the thing I've been trying to, tell you. The end of the day, that backyard, when I saw it, that big-ass pit bull he's got, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Huge pooch.
You know what I mean?
You,
it's
boy.
like, I walk back there and I say, this is what legends are made of. Got some real shit. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
And you know what was dope? BKFC came and they they interviewed me in the backyard. I got the jungle gym. And shout out to Tiago. He works out at fucking ATT, which is the university, dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like the Russian versus Rocky. You know what I mean? It was a dope contrast, man.
No, the jungle is dope. I started going to the jungle this week. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We got 2 nights over there running.
Yeah. I'm ready. First round. What's up? First round me. What's up? It's going down.
He ain't make it this morning.
I didn't make it. Hey, why you gotta throw me under the bus?
My brother, and we were talking about your brother Abe earlier. Fucking amazing dude too. Hands on like a motherfucker. He's the mouth of the South.
Yeah,
makes things happen. How'd you guys start working together? How you brought on Abe when you first started?
Yeah. So look, Abe's been my road dog since I can remember.
Well, obviously,
there was a picture I posted once that I don't know if you guys saw it on my Instagram. It's one where my brother's got like chocolate around his mouth, right? And he's sitting there looking at my mom and dad. I might have been 5 or 6, and he's 2 years younger, so either 3 or 4. And they were asking us who ate the cookies, and I just stared at him. So then my mom looks at my brother and she goes, "Did your brother tell you to eat the cookies?" And he just looked at her.
I ain't gonna tell.
We didn't snitch on either one of us. You know what I'm saying?
That's awesome.
So he's been my road dog since I was a little kid. He's the guy that I went to work at Burger King. I was 15, got my first job at Burger King, real job, right?
Yeah.
Motherfucker came right behind me, worked there. I went and got my job at the mall, Dayland Mall. Came right behind me, boom, went to work at the mall. Awesome. I went to household finance, one of my first, real jobs in real estate. Fucking, he went there, boom, and did it.
You were, in a sense, a father figure to him. You know me. You're the older brother. You're the man to look up to. And I know growing up in a Middle Eastern household, you guys are about structure and work and like you said, praying and doing this and then the other. But everything is focused. So
yeah, listen, he was my brother. If you guys meet my brother's the calmer, cooler version of me. You know what I mean? He's a smooth dude. Doesn't get into a lot of the back and forth. He don't have no beef with nobody. Yeah. You know what I mean? He doesn't get into it. He doesn't look for it. He's a very, very good guy. And so he was always the right guy to have, you know what I mean? Like on my side, you know what I mean? And so we just started working together, bro. And then, unfortunately, when I was telling you the story where me and him weren't talking in 07, you know what I mean? It's dumb inner family shit that causes that. When we got over that, you know what I mean? We got over it. And then he went and got divorced. And when he was going through his divorce, his business was with his wife. And so I was like, yo, homie, I get what you're doing is great. You really want to keep doing that? He was like, nah. He was like, I was really hoping you would say it. Like, come on. Yeah. And that's the day I knew first round, man. Listen, I'm going to sell my business for some stupid number one day. I'm putting it out there right now. I'm telling you guys, don't ever be surprised.
I just want a couple shares.
Why not? You know what I mean? Listen, $100 million. If I sell it for $100 million, I failed. So that goes to show you the number I'm looking for, right? Something stupid. And I'm going to build it to that level. And I just told him, I said, bro, listen, this is it right here. And he was like, bro, he's like, you rep John Jones.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's like, he's the fucking best. And I'm like, so what's up? And he was like, man, fuck, I really want to do it. And I was like, come on. You sure? He's like, yeah. I said, come on. So I brought him on board. And I said, hey, it's work though. My brother busts his ass. You know what I mean? He busts his ass. He works his ass off. And without him, I probably couldn't do it. He runs the MMA side of shit and, you know, the combat sports side, I guess I could say. Even though lately he just really basically runs the George Masvidal business.
I'm about to say that. You can't see Masvidal without seeing Abraham.
Those two, see, but let me tell you something. That's kind of like the relationship I wish I had with everybody.
Yeah.
Him and Masvidal is the ideal client, you know what I mean, athlete relationship. Them boys ain't no client. Masvidal ain't no client. That's family.
Absolutely.
We do a lot of work with him. I know Abraham, you know, I think people don't understand that our jobs is not just a contract. Our jobs are more counselor, mentor, example, advisor. You know what I mean? So many more things to it. And when he was really, like, Masvidal was in a really bad place, my brother helped pull him out of it, you know? Saw him through his divorce, saw him through switching weight classes, saw him through bringing him back. And he went, I don't know if you guys remember, but Masvidal was out for a whole year. And he went on a reality show. And a lot of people think he just went on that show instead of fighting.
He actually focused, laser focused during that show.
It was what helped him lose the weight and figure things out. And it was all part of the plan that my brother set forth for him, bro. And this is when Masvidal really was, you know, a nobody. And I don't mean it like in a nobody in the sense of like he's no one. He was always somebody. He's always a street legend here in Miami, but he wasn't game bred the way we know him today. He wasn't. He hadn't caught fire yet. Right. He was the guy that we all knew here in Miami. Oh, that bitch is a badass. He fought in the backyard. But he wasn't game bred the way he was today. And Abraham was with him, bro. Like he was just with him. Like it was whatever Masvidal. Yeah. And by the way, he was the same way with Yoel. Those two guys came to my company because of Abraham. And when Yoel popped the first time for steroids, Abraham's the one that believed him when he said he didn't do it. I'll tell you guys right now, I didn't believe him. That big motherfucker did not look like he was not taking steroids. Right. Okay?
Yeah.
And I pushed him and I pressed him and I tried everything to get him to admit to me that he would taking it. And Yoel said no. And I fought my brother. I told him, I said, bro, you want to be stupid all you want to. You go put your neck on the line for this guy if you want to. This motherfucker failed that test. He goes, my brother doesn't really argue with me too much. So he kind of put his head down and he was like, you say whatever you want. He didn't want to get into it with me. You know, he's like, you say whatever you want. I know he didn't do it. Yeah. I said, all right, if that's how you feel, then you go fight it.
Yeah. And it came to light that he didn't.
Yeah. And he went and sued those motherfuckers and won some $30 million.
Right.
But my point is, right, that's how we are. You know what I mean? When we're down with somebody, we ride with them to the end. Yeah. That's how we do it. You know what I mean? We don't really look to like, you know.
No, and before you leave this subject, I want to attest to that where he says like, you know, where you and Abraham are the same in that because after my fight at 4:30 in the morning, you were at my house after I lost to Thiago.
Yeah.
And you were like, yo, I just came to see you because I know that first hour after I lost, everything's, you know, you want to play off, like everything's cool, you know, and you were actually there. I kind of spazzed out for a second, you know what I mean? He was there to calm me down. And so I'm there to attest to that where these guys, you know, you and Abraham both have that in you where you guys, you know what's going on, especially at this high level of the sport and these big, you know, these moments of big games, big fights. So you were there for a great moment for me, you know what I mean? And that might... So a lot of people be like, "Oh no, you might think I saw past that, but I didn't. I know that was a big moment."
It was. Listen, you got to remember, for you, that was like the moment of all moments,
right?
I call it the main event, even though you weren't for the promotion, but you and Thiago were the main event. Everybody in that building was there to watch you guys fight, and you're in your city, and you go out there, and. I mean, if we're being real, you got fucked up. I mean, no one had ever seen you like that. Yeah. You went out on your shield like a real G. And I was super proud of you. But I also know, no matter how tough you are, no matter how much you train, no matter how much of a badass you are, those emotions inside your heart of failure, depression, all that shit starts to simmer up.
Yeah.
I know you had, what do you call it, Ash's parents there. I know you had your mom there, your kids were there. But it was late. Everybody was tired. You guys were trying to eat, and you were in a mood. And I knew it. And that's why I came over there, because what I didn't want you to do was think that you were a failure because you lost that fight.
Yeah.
You're a winner. That's the thing you needed to know. You know what I mean? I wanted you to understand that. That was the biggest reason why I went there. Right. You know what I mean? Because not everybody loses a fight. Because, listen, it depends on how you lose a fight and where you are in your career and all that stuff. It never feels good. Right. But some guys, when they lose, you can tell, like, you know what, it's like, fuck it, I'm collecting a check. And I knew for you that fight meant a lot. And then when in your hometown where, you know, you got a cult following, you know what I mean? And it's like you don't feel like you just let yourself down. Sometimes, you know, that feeling of loss goes to the kids, and the people out in the streets, and sometimes we look for that validation.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I needed to make sure. That was the only reason why I came there. I just wanted to make sure that you understood that you were a winner because, you know what I mean? I don't think you understand me when I say this. You're not supposed to be here.
Right.
You're hosting a show right now, right? I don't do this with anybody. I've never done a podcast with I'm doing my own shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but like I'm here because, you know what I mean? You guys asked me to come on. And so I'm saying this to you so you understand what I'm saying. This is not like, you know me, but I don't got to kiss up to nobody.
No, absolutely.
I know what I mean? I don't give a shit. I would just move on. But you are a winner and you need to understand that. And
Thank
you know, when see, God uses people in any way which he needs to. And so you got a story. You're an example. You know what I mean? And so that's what I want. That's why when I got there to your house, I just needed you to understand it. And you know, the funny thing is that his eyeballs were like this. You know what I mean? Couldn't see out of shit.
Yo, but look, and to touch up on that, what people don't know, you know what I'm saying? After everything that you just explained right now, like real talk, like everyone in this room right now that's in here was, you know, feeling the same way and dare, you know what I'm saying? And dare for Uly. Yo, we came, I couldn't even go home. I said, yo, I'm going to the gallery. Hold on, Uly, hold on. Yeah. I said, I'm going to the gallery. We call this the gallery. I'm going to the gallery. I came home. I felt like I needed to do something, right? Like I needed to do something. We run social media and all that, content creation, all that good stuff. Little do we know, freaking an hour and a half, you was there like 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Like at 4 in the morning, Ash, yo, are you guys still at the gallery? Uly want to go over there.
Is that where you did that funny thing where you popped
That's
in?
where we did it right here.
The Martin thing?
Uly,
So when I saw that, I said to myself, you know what? God's going to bless this dude. He's going to be all right because, let me just say this to you. So I've been in the fight game now for about 16 years.
Yeah.
Right? 14 years, 16, 14 years, whatever. And Thiago Alves, the way he spoke about you after that fight, the next day, a week after, even today, he's never spoken like that about anybody else. He said to me, most respectful. And you know, you got to think, bro, from where you came from, that's not really like, you know what I'm saying? Like you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? I see them on Instagram, they're writing each other and shit like that. I go, dog, what the fuck just happened here? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So it's like, but that's what I'm saying, bro. People don't understand, like, you know, are you a good guy because today you changed your life? Nah, deep down inside, you know what I mean? You get it. You understand the martial arts way. You understand competition. You know what I mean? You understand that, hey, sometimes you're going to win, sometimes you're going to lose. The last fight, you're on ESPN and it's the fastest KO in the history of the world. In your next fight, you come out of that bitch look like fucking 20 guys jumped you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And but when you're able to sit here and talk about it and understand that, yeah, you lost, big fucking deal. You know what I mean? That's the example I'm talking about. Somebody's going to see that one day and say, shit, Uly's my favorite fighter. He just got fucking beat up. Fuck that guy. I lost a lot of money on him, right? And then it'll be that same guy that's like getting divorced or loses a job. And then he'll see you come back and do something spectacular again and say, fuck, this guy's he's my idol. You know what I mean? Like,
he's setting an example.
I get the messages, bro. I get the messages. People will write us and say, hey, can you set me up to talk to so-and-so? Paige Van Zant's my favorite fighter in the world. You know, she lost, but boom. You know what I mean? Or Masvidal's still you guys don't understand how much you impact people that watch you. That's why that day I had to come tell you, you're a winner, bro. Like, don't worry about it. Like, we can make all the excuses. He's been fighting forever. We can do that. Let's take him out of the equation.
Right.
You could have lost to anybody. You could have lost to somebody who started last week. Doesn't matter. In life, you're a winner, and that was something that you needed to know, and I wanted you to know that. That's why I showed up that day, because I understand what you go through. You question life in general.
Of course.
You know what I mean? You start to question, why the fuck did I do this? You know what I mean? I could be doing something else. Fuck this. You know what I mean? And we get down like that. You know what I mean? And you know, I'm not immune to it either. And sometimes, you know, when somebody says, hey, my brother, you know, you guys gotta understand, me and my brother are like this. So for me to call somebody my brother, I'm basically telling you that you're at the same level as Abraham Kawa. I got family members that can't even be fucking that close with me. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So how can I not come to your house if I really care about you? And that's the reason why I came there. You know what I mean? And that's the truth, bro. That's the reality of it.
That's dope.
And that's the thing. That's the thing that people don't understand about this job. It's taxing. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if you know this or not, but after that third round was over, I was screaming at your brother in the corner, and I think it was Dylan. I was screaming at Dylan. You know what I mean? I was like, what the fuck? I'm saying, are you guys making sure he's all right? Stop the fucking fight. I had enough. And I got Mama Woodley screaming at me at the other side, telling me, you know what I mean? My son's not doing this shit. Your fight fucked him up.
Hey, talk about that. You put Mama Woodley on the phone with me like a week after.
Oh, because she wanted to talk to you. She was
actually,
like,
that day.
She wanted to let you know, like, yo, you went out, dude. I think you gained more in that fight than you did the 3-second KO.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And the respect and shit that you earned. That's what I'm trying to tell you, bro. Like, look at how crazy life is, right? In 05, you were in prison, right? And I don't know what you did from 05 until the day that we signed, but you know what I mean? I'm assuming you ran around, you fucked around, did your thing, right? And you were probably looked at by a lot of people as some fucking thug that, you know, dad probably should have wore a condom type shit, right? Okay? Nobody probably gave a fuck about you. And then today, right? I represent a lot of people that I don't really have a lot of respect for. I represent them. We just work with them. And I'm telling you, as the top manager in the business, fucking got a lot of respect for you. You know what I'm saying? You earned that. And it's not from the fight itself. It's just from the whole totality of everything. It's how you conduct yourself, the shit you do for the community. All that stuff to me is what makes a man. Yeah. If you would have beat Thiago, but would have been a scumbag about it, okay, you're just another fighter that won. Yeah. But when you can be that guy, and that's the reason why, bro. So when you see somebody, let me tell you something. As an agent, when you see somebody, and by the way, if I never would have went to your house or wouldn't went to your house, right, I still probably would have been here. We still would have been talking. You still would have been saying he's the best. But I cannot, as a man, look you in the face and expect excellence from you, and for me not to give it back to you. And I had told you guys when this fight happened, I'm staying out of it. I'm not fucking around with either one of you. And the cool thing is, neither one of them called me to say anything about the other one, right? Nobody did that. It was the coolest thing. I didn't go to the weigh-ins. I didn't do none of that. I showed up to the fight. I sat back. I didn't have any blue on or red on. I didn't give a fuck. I just want to make sure that, like, nobody looked just, oh, he likes him more. Listen, I'm right down the middle. If you win, when I tell you, I'm going to celebrate with you for a minute, and then I got to go check up on him, make sure he's all right.
Absolutely.
I told him, if you win this fight, you know I'm going to be in there. I'm going to congratulate you. But if you lose, right, or if you win, then I got to go check up on him. That's what, you know. Yeah. And so he knew that, and so he was cool. And he came today by to bring me the stuff to frame it. It's all fucking full of blood and shit like that.
Damn,
like that. You know what I mean?
Legendary.
But I will say this, though. You will walk in the office soon, in the next couple of weeks, and you and him will be immortalized forever on Face Round Management, because he is the very first client I ever had, and it's only right that I pay homage to him for winning the belt. But that picture that I'm going to put up in the office is going to be more about the totality of everything, not just one person winning. It's going to be more about how you're also, not only that, just how you're also a winner too.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I lifted both of you guys' hands up.
You did. That was a dope ass picture.
Wait, you walked in here saying that you're not gonna cry. You would make me cry, dog.
but you know what I'm saying? But dog, because you know what I mean. Like, listen, but that's
real shit though.
But that's the thing though, right? Like when we do these podcasts, what are we doing here? I know, I get we're entertaining people, but right now I'm not even focused on that. You know what I'm saying?
We keeping it funky. No, for sure.
I'm just being real with you guys, because we as guys, we're always on this tough guy shit.
Right.
That shit don't mean nothing no more. You feel what I'm saying, bro? It doesn't. What the fuck? Who cares? You know what I mean? So I just rather tell you, like, you asked me to come on. I said, yeah, I'm always gonna keep it real. You ask me a question, I'm gonna tell you the truth, whether I like it or not. Well, if I don't like the question, I'm gonna tell you what it is. You know, and that's the reason why I went there. I wanted you to stay in the same mental space that keep on what you're doing, because the fighting. I didn't sign you because you're not to do it out in 3 seconds.
Right.
Give a fuck. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
You guys understand like how small all this shit is?
Right.
So the fact that you're like, a bigger legend in the street than you are a fighter is what I wanted to make sure I reminded you of. That was it.
Dope.
And the fact that your face looks all right, because you were ugly anyways. You know what I mean? To me, I'm happy to see that, bro. But that's the thing I wanted you to understand. You know, you're a great guy.
Thank you, my brother.
And so you deserve all the success that you get, and that's really one of,
Damn, hell yeah. Appreciate all that love right there, all them energies right there, bro. Hell yeah, straight up. Malki, thank you, bro.
And that's why I'm signing First Round Management.
Wow.
All right, my brother. Thank you for that, man. For real, it was amazing. Something I wanted to, fucking crazy detour here, but something I wanted to bring up was, and you actually told me the story, because I didn't know, unless you had told me, this years ago, that one of the guys in UFC, he actually won a fight, and he fired you while he was still standing in the octagon or something. Was it Mike something, wasn't it?
Matt Mitrione,
that's
Matt
right.
Mitrione, yeah.
What?
Yeah. Bro, you know what? It was the funniest thing.
Did you tell me that kind of blew you up after that, too?
It was like at the beginning of the social media stage.
Oh, and that shit went viral? All
I know is I was sitting right next to John Jones. We were in Vegas. And it's a wild story because I didn't deserve it. But he had to do it. He had something to do with his wife pressuring him and all this stuff. Me and Matt are cool. We talked afterwards and never came up again. But he fires me, and I'm sitting there, and all I hear is ding, 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 ding. And I look at my phone, and I'm like, what the fuck? I mean, I saw it on TV, so I kind of slouched in my chair. I was like, oh, shit. So I wanted to hide.
You did one of them things?
I wanted to hide, and then my phone goes off, and I'm looking, and I'm like, 10,000, 15,000, 20,000 followers. Like, you want to fire me next? I was just like, fuck it. So it blew me up. Everybody knew who I was from that.
Shit.
I did it like a tour afterwards, just kind of explaining my side of the story. I hit the TV, the radio, all that shit. And I was into that story. So
Damn, that's that marketing, bro. That's that marketing.
I had to hear fucking Matt Mitrione fired you, blah 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 blah. And then, I mean, it is what it was though. But it's, again, it's one of those things where it's like, you go out there, you do the best you can. Sometimes people don't see it, they don't recognize it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I got no hard feelings with him, bro. It's actually worked out in my favor. Me and Matt are cool. You know what I mean? I got no beef with him either. I see him and say what's up, shit like that. I haven't seen him in a long time, but if I see him again, I'm gonna actually like, yo, bro, do you remember how he feels about it 10 years later? But yeah, it was one of the. Listen, when you're in the spotlight, like how you are, you know what I mean? You get this, and even you when you perform, right?
Yeah.
You get it. You're gonna go out there. Some people are gonna boo the shit out of you.
Right.
Some people are gonna love you. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Some love, some hate.
No, for sure.
You do it for a reason. And if you're doing it for that, then you're gonna have a hard time. Because some days they love you and some days they hate you.
Yeah, hell
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Some days you do great and some days you don't. So that is what it is.
You know, one thing that I've always, even since we were younger, I've always noticed about you and that you have that I think is actually very great in this business is that you don't sugarcoat anything. You don't try to make anybody feel good about anything. You state it the way it is.
But listen,
straight shooter.
but let me ask you a question, right? If I would have sat here and said that, everything I just said about you,
Right.
and I'm a bullshitter, well, how would you have felt?
No, absolutely. No.
So I'm saying it's
Yeah.
more impactful when you tell somebody the
Absolutely,
truth.
absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, but here's the other thing too. What type of relationship do we have? I'm sitting here telling you flat out, yo, the dude fucked you up. You know what I'm saying?
No.
But you have to have that relationship because if I can't tell you the truth, what the fuck am I?
Yeah. No, straight up.
People have called me an enabler. People have called me a yes man. People have called me all types of shit. This is what because listen, if tomorrow you go and get in trouble, the first thing they're gonna do is look at me. Oh, why didn't you control him? Blah blah blah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sorry guys, I don't know. I live over here. He lives over there. He's got his own life. I got my own life. I had no idea this was gonna happen. Had I known, I'd have been there.
Right.
Shit happens in fucking states 10,000 miles away from me. Right.
Yeah.
And it's still my fault. So.
Yeah.
You just see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I've always learned not to sugarcoat shit because don't come to me and tell me something that's not the truth. I'd rather you tell me the truth. I have a lot more respect for you than if you bullshit me. And I realized that when I was younger, I used to be the guy that would like say shit, fucking around, but it was the truth. But I would try to make it like, soft because I didn't want to hurt nobody's feelings.
Right.
Now, you need to not worry about my feelings. In business, don't worry about it. You know what I mean? I'd rather you tell me, yo, Mark, your breath stinks. Mark, you got something in your teeth. Like, why would you not? Like, why would you hold that back? Why would you keep looking at that? You know what I mean? And so I've always been like, so listen, like I'm the guy. Like, hey, babe, how's this dress look? Fucking terrible. Take that shit off.
What happened to the green one? Put the green one on.
Nah, bro, but you feel me? Like
Yeah,
they
yeah,
do that
yeah,
to
yeah,
us.
yeah,
They
yeah.
do that to us. You think I look fat?
They do be doing them trick questions too.
Bro, and I don't understand why. So you're gonna ask me? I'm gonna tell you the truth. It gets to the point they get so like they better not ask them.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
now
yeah.
it's like I've learned like, yo, you look fucking fine as fuck.
Oh.
Really? Then they believe it. Trust me.
So now you flipped it now. So
Your
now
girl
you-
knows when you're bullshitting. Yeah, bro, because I don't like that. Like I'd rather you tell me the truth. Oh no, babe, that shirt looks pretty good, and it's fucking sucking. I'm like, shit, like, goddamn. Don't let me go out of the house like that, bro.
Hey, why you let me go out like this? You see, they just put me on the gram.
No,
and
because
shit.
then I see the picture later and I go, bro, you told me I look good, and it's like, no, I didn't, But I've always been that type, bro. Like, listen, the number one commandment in the Bible today is when Jesus said, "Do unto others." That's the main commandment. Do unto others as you'd have them do unto you, right?
Absolutely.
So I try to live my life by that way. I'm not perfect. I'm not coming on here to try to sound that way. I'm just telling you guys that's kind of what I do. So when I talk to you, I'm talking to you the way I'd want you guys to talk to me. You know what I mean? So I don't sugarcoat shit, and that's what the way it has to be because you got to trust what I'm telling you. So if I said to you, hey, we're not going to take this fight, because that's the thing too. Like I don't know if you saw when Baboon put out there that what do you call it? He's been trying to keep guys away from me and blah, blah, and all this other shit. And it's like, dog, I don't think you get it. Tiago's not going to fight you, not because he doesn't want to fight you, because I had something else going on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then it turns into something. You know what I mean? Everybody always assumes something. They have no idea. Right. But imagine, bro, if I was a sugarcoater and a bullshitter, and I was to tell you, hey, bro, you're not going to fight Tiago now. We're going to go do something else. How are you going to believe me? You're going to be like, yo, you're trying not to, same shit, right?
Yeah.
So if you don't know me, you're going to, just like you would probably do with anybody, you're going to assume that there's always something else going on.
Absolutely.
And I've learned that, hey, you want to fight him? Because this is how the fight happened. What do you think about me and Tiago for a belt? That's what you really want to do? All right. Yo, what do you want to do? He goes, oh, bro, I'd love to fight for a championship. You want to fight Uly? Oh, I would love to fight Uly. You sure? Yeah, bro. And then he actually told me in that call. He's like, yo, he's been super respectful. He called me up. All right, let me make a call. Boy, call Dave and say, hey, Feldman, I got a match for you. What's up? How about we do Thiago and Uly for a championship. And when he said, fuck, I'm with it, boom, fight happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't go to Thiago and say, hey, bro, I got an idea. Why don't we go after Uly?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or, hey, Uly, look, man, you know what I mean? Nah, it's not how it works. I put them each in their own box. Thiago didn't even question me. He's been down this road with me.
Yeah.
Didn't even question me. And he didn't even question me neither. That's how I knew that I had the trust of my clients. When somebody gives you their trust, you should not betray that. If you're unhappy with something, you should tell them. If you don't like something, you should tell them.
Yep.
That's trust.
Yeah.
I don't got to worry about you stealing my bag, bro. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Definitely not.
You feel me? But it's not about that. I need to be able to trust you when it's like, if somebody came into the show and said, hey, bro, you're signing the Malki Kawa, he's a piece of shit, and you sit there and go along with it for the next 45 minutes, I don't got beef with that guy. I got beef with you.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Why would you allow him to sit there and talk like that?
Yeah,
I got to
yeah.
trust that you got my back. You know what I'm saying? Like, in time. And listen, by the way, maybe I am a piece of shit to somebody. You know what I mean? I would hope that I could trust you enough to like try to resolve that for me.
Right.
Same way somebody call me and say, man, fuck that Uly guy. Fuck that Too Nice guy. Well, what the fuck happened? Why?
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
Right.
I just don't like him. Okay, cool. Do me a favor. Keep your negativity about my boys
Right,
somewhere
right.
else. You know what I mean? Like, you should never hear somebody say, hey, Malki said this about you.
Right.
Yeah,
Malki
yeah,
ain't saying it to your face. If somebody came to you tomorrow and said, bro, Malki said you got fucked up, yeah, he told me to my face.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to, like, hide the fact that one of my clients won and one of my clients lost? I gotta have that conversation with him. And I keep telling you, you're a winner for a lot more reasons than you think.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
You're able to do things that a lot of professional fighters and professional athletes can't do. And that's the thing. Whether you ever win a belt or not,
Right.
the way you've handled this whole scenario, you've done things that a lot of guys that are way ahead in life when it comes to fighting. Not in life, just in fighting, right? That they can't do. You've done it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And that's
Yeah.
you got a lot of the characteristics of a real guy. So
Thank you.
Damn, you sure does. And that shit be rubbing out, bro. We out here.
My brother, man, we got to make a book about you, dog. Psychology.
Yeah, hell yeah. What's up?
Psychology
What would we
sports
call it?
manager.
Psychology
Nah,
of a
this guy's
sports
bro,
manager.
Trust me, man. Listen, I go to his office. You know, we got a meeting, but hey, hold on. Give me a second. I got to call. This is important right now. You be hitting people left and right. Like, damn, nigga, the way your brain works. You know what I mean? Like, you don't notice it because it's you, and it's like second nature. You know what I mean? But when
Right.
you're outside looking in,
Yeah.
like, damn, he thinks about these certain little things. You know what I mean? You think about these little nuances that you're like, damn, dog, I gotta start thinking about that with my career. You know, you start just you're talking to somebody else, but I'm like, damn, I'm tuning in because I gotta catch up. You know?
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
amazing. Hey, and next time you call Feldman, you know, we call Feldman for the belt fight. Feldman, we need that fight of the night check, Feldman.
Oh, damn.
Feldman's something else. I love Feldman, but he's something else, bro. God, he's something else.
Hell
Today,
yeah.
by the way, were you there? Today I did a little scan today for video games and action figures, which was dope.
Yeah. Sure.
We'll leave that at that.
Fucking Feldman, man.
My brother, what's going on in your future and the future of first round management? Where we headed to?
So, I mean, you guys saw that I signed Frank Gore Jr.,
Yeah,
right? Frank Gore's son. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, that went to show me that in football, I've gotten the best co-signing I could have ever got.
you got a generation.
You know what I mean? When somebody's son signs with me and the dad's pretty much like, that's what you want to do, so I co-sign on this. You know what I mean? And not deal with my stuff. So I think that you're going to see a lot of big things come. There's a lot of big news coming up anyway. But
That's dope.
it's just football. It's just in general. You'll soon see me in soccer, baseball,
Shit. Now
and
we
basketball. You know what I mean? You'll see me in that. You guys know I got the Tyron Woodley Jake Paul fight.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
hell yeah,
big.
yeah. Big.
I'm doing
big.
you know, certain things in boxing. Obviously, the bare knuckle boxing, like I've kind of basically, I get fighters every day that call me like, "Oh, bro, can you do this for me?" I have the highest paid person in that and in this and that, and then all you guys getting paid around me, and that's I'm actually happy about that too because
Hell yeah.
I mean, like everybody's making their money, so it's just gonna keep expanding. I'm gonna keep trying to like, bro. Through digital marketing, social media stuff. I mean, it's just so many things going
first
on.
round is gonna grow as a whole.
Listen, it's. We've gotten to a point that where I'm at today gave me a taste of what it's really like to be a big boy in the business.
Yeah.
It's not there yet. People see it and like, oh shit. I remember when you had the office that was like the size of this room, right?
Yeah.
You get it?
What you mean, Mark? This room is big,
No.
bro. This room is never ending. It goes,
This room was bigger than my last office, and there was some offices I worked in that were like smaller than this one, bro.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
So,
yeah,
and that was first round management. You know, me, my brother Lou. Shout out to Lou DeBono, the
Yeah.
meat grinder, fucking, you know what I mean? Him. A couple other kids, a website guy. It was so wild how like back then I thought certain things had to be in place. And today, bro, I can tell you I got, you know, fucking 25 guys in the office.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
You got a whole full-blown operation
hey,
in that.
I got
thing.
a division in Europe.
Yeah.
I got an office in Europe.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
And you know what's dope though, man? You show up to the office and everybody's like happy to be working there, bro. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Which
yeah.
is-
No,
which is
'cause
awesome.
listen,
Everybody's
vibe, it's a
enthusiastic.
vibe.
Yeah, they are. It's a vibe. Everybody shows love. You know what I mean? It's dope.
Yeah, no, but, well, first of all, here's the thing: being a boss is not driving the rules or pulling up VIP and all that. That anybody can do that.
Yeah.
All right. Being a boss allows you to work with the people you want to work with.
Right.
So if my office doesn't have a bunch of guys that you feel good around, you know what I'm saying? Then I've already think about it. You come to the office, your girl comes to the office, your kids come to the office. If you don't feel good at the office, how the fuck are we family?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I always make it little. They come in, my guys come in.
Then, so
you know
what I
mean?
got, Joe Monk, so right quick. So what do I got to do? I got to make an appointment so I can go over there. So you give me a walkthrough in that motherfucker. bro? What's
You
up?
do. If you walk up those stairs without the buddy in the front laying you up, boy, you in trouble.
Listen, but here's the thing though. It's funny. Like I'm gonna show you how sick I am though. How good's the coffee at my office?
Best.
Damn.
With foam and all.
But
boy.
listen, if it's not the best, somebody's getting fired, bro.
Damn. So I got to go taste some cafecito en la mañana para levantar el ánimo.
Listen,
Hey, listen, I was there one day. A guy was there to change lights.
What?
He's like, hey, Maggie, I'm here to change your lights. He's like, who let you in my office? Why are you here? How much? No, I ain't paying for that. I felt bad for the dude.
no, listen, but too nice. Listen, on some real shit. That's how sick I am, right? My brand, the FRN brand, the best clothing in all of sports, across all sports. That logo's recognized everywhere.
Yeah.
And I'm always doing shit to be ahead of the curve. We got joggers when joggers first came out. We got the badass sweatsuits. We got the best t-shirts. We got the best shorts. So that's how my brain is, right? Like whatever I'm gonna do, I gotta be the best at it. That's why I haven't jumped into other sports, because imagine from boxing, MMA, football, I now gotta go do baseball and basketball.
Yo.
Get what I'm saying? These
Yeah.
other agents, and then what's crazy is that agents will talk shit like, well, he does all these sports. I just do this. I go fuck yourself, bro. I'm a beast at everything I touch.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
So it's
An
like
octopus in this motherfucker.
So, no, but that's the thing. I don't want to be too crazy to where I can't do it.
Yeah.
So I focus on what I focus on, and I really believe you got to empower people. So I got a bunch of 20-year-olds in my office that are like, this is their dream job that every agency told them no. Man, I got dudes in that motherfucker talking to Popeyes, Burger King, Atari, you know what I mean? All the crypto people, and they're 20 years old. And it's funny to me because they'll come in and like, spit it out, kid. Can I talk to you? I've been waiting for you to talk. Spit it out. And he'll be like, I got this one kid in the office, Smiley. Shout out to Smiley, fucking Smiley. He sits downstairs and he's just in there typing like this, right? And smiling the whole time. When he talks to you, it's kind of like, I just want to tell you that like my mom is really sick, and do you mind if I go home early today? And I'm like, guy, you're like, why the fuck do you smile all the time? so Smiley will come up to me and just be smiling ear to ear, you know. I just got off the phone with whatever company. Is $100,000 enough money for a so and so fighter to just put a patch on their shorts, right? And I get blown away, bro, because half these kids would have never had the opportunity, right? But I remember me being 20 years old, and I remember the people that said, hey, come on in, kid, go ahead and refinance my house, or go ahead and do this. You know what I mean? They gave me a chance. Yeah. So these kids have gotten an opportunity with me that they would have never gotten nowhere else.
Absolutely.
So a lot of them, and that's the thing, the ones that are appreciative and all that stuff, I look after them, I take care of them. I get phone calls from their parents, yo, my kid's walking around with a different swagger. No, bro, for real, real shit. Listen, bro. You know what's crazy? You know what it is too? I think a lot of it has to do with, I was a bully when I was younger, bro. You know what I mean? I used to outwit people, talk a lot of shit. I'd fucking make fun of people and shit. And which, by the way, one day I'll tell you the story about Pitt, how he fucked me up in high school.
No, word?
No, bro, I was coming down one set of stairs and he was there battle rapping and shit. And fucking he went off and he just broke me down.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. He hurt my feelings, bro. That motherfucker. So that's how
he's
he
a
was
beast.
just like, yeah.
So that's how he started, too, with the battles.
So for me, you know what I mean? Like, when I hear that, that's when I it really impacted somebody too. So these kids go home, their parents will call me like, yo, you don't understand what you've done for my son. The life that, you know what I mean, the way he walks, the way he talks now. Yeah. I'm very proud of him. You know what I mean? Thank you so much. And that's where I kind of like, I realized like, fuck, I got something special here. Yeah. And so that's why I do my best to try to always just do the right thing, take care of people. And I think that, you know what I mean, the more I do for a guy like you, the more I do for, all my different clients, the more they just tell somebody else about it. You know what I mean? Word of mouth is just kind of,
Of course, and it pushes itself.
Before you came, all right, so, damn, were we still recording? No, okay, cool. Look, before you came, we was over here going crazy, playing music, freestyling, rapping for like
An hour.
An hour. Plus this going for another hour. We got 2 minutes left, Uly.
I'm gonna buy you guys a good SD card. That's just bullshit.
Come on, Malki. Come in here with a new SD card, Malki. We taking Don't Blink over there.
Yeah, hey, we bringing Don't Blink the
Don't
FRM,
blink.
FRM
Don't blink. Don't blink because this motherfucker's over before you know it. I just got started.
Oh yeah, my brother, dog. Listen, man, it's been an honor and a pleasure having you here, dog. You're an amazing person, dog. You're very impactful in my life and various people's lives, man.
I appreciate that.
Thank you so much for everything you do for me and everything you do for people at FRM and everything you do in the sport in itself, bro. Because it's amazing what you do.
I appreciate it. Oh, my bro, listen, it's my pleasure. Let me tell you something. This has actually been like the highlight of the week. And listen, I went to Tyron, Woodley's press conference with Jake Paul.
Yeah.
I do a lot of cool shit, a lot of behind the scenes stuff. But I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like everything else has been great. This has probably been my favorite thing to do all week.
Man,
That's
we
awesome. You know what I mean?
appreciate
Seeing
you,
you
bro.
guys really trying to hustle this thing up and all that stuff. I'm actually I'm very proud of both of you guys, bro. And it was my honor and pleasure to be on the Don't Blink podcast.
Thank you, my brother.
Yes.
I think that, what do you call it? You guys have a nice thing here. You know
Nah,
what I mean?
and once you set up yours, we're gonna go over there and finish this one.
Oh yeah. 100%.
No, and everything here with Don't Blink, what's been super dope is it's organic as fuck. We haven't been trying to buy no followers or tell anybody to follow us. We're like, look, this is what we're doing, and from his music career to my fight career, everything's just been growing.
Because we
And
love
we've
it.
had
You know what I'm saying? We
dope
really
people
love it too.
Yeah, we've had dope ass people on with great fucking stories. Like, dog, I know you a long time. I didn't know the first half of that story where you started.
Oh yeah, bro.
And
a lot of people think that like I was born with a silver spoon, but people don't understand. I had to hustle from a young age, bro.
Right.
But,
and not only the hustle, like the hustle. Anybody that knows you, has even talked to you for 5 minutes, knows that you got the hustle in them. You had to overcome a lot of shit, personal shit with the mom and the dad and all that shit. That's
I gave you guys basic stories, bro.
Right.
The Baker acting with my mom. You know what I mean? And watching cops put their hands on her like that. And listen, by the way, shout out to all the police officers. I think you guys are amazing. You guys do your shit you got to do. Yeah. So I'm not here hating. It's just the way they had to go about it. My mom's 5'3".
No, those
and
are certain
she's out of her
moments
mind. You know what I'm saying, bro? They grab her and they strap her and you feel helpless and you want to fight cops. No wonder I wanted to go join a gang. You feel me?
Exactly.
Yeah,
all that fucking.
No, bro. The NWA is hitting us the regular ways. So I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Fuck the police.
Fuck the police.
And now I'm like, I'm the biggest. Listen, I'm the biggest supporter of the armed service. Anybody that serves anybody, I'm a fan of. Firefighters, cops, Army, Marines, whatever. All you guys. Shout out to all you guys.
You coming out fighting versus hunger. We coming out.
Oh yeah, we got Fighting versus Hunger is actually July 25th. We'll keep you guys posted. I'm fighting hunger.
Fighting hunger. We go out and we feed the homeless.
Food.
Bro, I think that's probably one of the most amazing things you do, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah.
On some real shit. Like that's but that's what I'm saying though, bro. Anybody that knows anything about you and sees what you really do,
And just like you, I don't bullshit people. I mean, I might be a little nicer to people, you know what I mean, in a certain manner. But I don't bullshit either, bro. I don't do this for likes or comments and I don't give three shits what likes or not.
Right.
I know where I came from. I came from shit. And what can I do to help my people out? Is try to get some food back. Speak to the youth when I can. And fucking just show people that I honestly did change my life from a negative to a positive. And
it's
the right
all
fashion.
good,
Baby.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's fucking soft. Hell yeah, bro.
My brother, I love you, man. Thank you for being here. Fucking first round management, Malki Kawa, Abraham Kawa, the man behind the man.
Yes.
And thank you guys for everything, man.
No, I appreciate
Don't
it.
blink.
Thank you.
Episode fucking
30. This is episode 30. This is episode 30.
This is dirty 30, bro.
man.
Don't Blink podcast in this motherfucker. 305 episode 30.
That's right.
My man, Too Nice.
Yes.
You know what I mean? My guy, the monster, Monster Global. You know what I mean? The one and only. You're with the monster of the South.
That's it.
Not Jimmy Hart.
My brother, we got
I appreciate it.
this Raw's Monster shirt.
Hell yeah, we're gonna lace you up.
I need
We like that soft P. McKay.
Yeah, it's gotta be
Talking
P.
about brands. Talking about brands, we got Monster Brand Global in there, beer, boy.
Yeah, you heard him. You heard him.
Thank you again, my brother. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We love
Yes,
y'all.
sir.
I think me and Too Nice got something great going on. We got some great guests coming up. It's gonna be dope. We got some dope people that already signed up to do it with us, which is great. A lot of people show us love, and it's because we love them back for sure.
Hell yeah.
My
brother. Great show.
Hell yeah.
Everybody out there watching, man, thank you to the whole Don't Blink family. We love y'all, man. This is a big shout out to all my Cuban people, man. Patria y vida, we're with you. We're doing as much as possible. My Cuban people, I love y'all.
Stay strong, for sure.
Stay strong, 100%. Shout out to our sponsors, Romero Brothers Lumber Services. Anything you need done in your warehouse, from moving things, organizing things. Great people, man. Amazing people.
Hell
I love Richard. Thank you. Love you, brother. Arancibia bail bonds, man. You need to get out of jail ASAP. Call Javi. Call Gus. Let them know Uly and Two Nice
they get you out.
They'll get you out ASAP. Check out BKFC NFT. I'm trying to get an NFT done with the Monster with the 3-second knockout. So go to the link in my bio on Instagram. BKFC NFT. Hit them up. Let them know that you need that Monster 3-second knockout.
Hell yeah.
And a huge shout out to Ray's Pizza. Ray, we love you. Thank you for everything you do for us. July 25th, we got another Fighting versus Hunger.
Drum roll.
July 25th, it's a Sunday. We got Fighting versus Hunger. We need every helping hand out there. Ray's Pizza's out there with 200-300 meals. We're gonna be passing out food to our people in our community that need it. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, and don't
blink.